Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video I'm going to talk about something that, one of these that you can just answer, say if you have any experience with this kind of thing. I think I might do more of those. But have you ever been watching videos? And YouTube is not the only place you can watch videos. And it could be, you watch over time and you start to notice. I did this kind of video for a different channel, but you start to notice that in one of them, you like watching people around your age, who are couples, see what they do with their lives. They could be a couple, they could be married, or they could be cohabitating, they could just be boyfriend and girlfriend, not living together, whatever. And you get to see what they do. Okay, like I said, around your age, in your age group, like if you're in your 20s or your 30s or your 40s or your 50s, like that, and you watch them around there, that age. Well, you start to notice at some point that, let's say it's the man, and say it's a male-female couple, and the man in it seems to be trying to humiliate the woman in a way that he thinks is sneaky, and it could be to other people that they don't get it, what he's doing. And he thinks he's very, what's the word, sly, sneaky, sly. So they don't see it, but he's still getting maybe he gets some kind of thrill out of doing that, like he's makes him somehow special, something. But he likes embarrassing her. It's a power and control game. These are things that they can be situations. I usually do, I often do videos about toxic people all around, really. People who may have narcissistic behaviors or histrionic behaviors or something like that. Not diagnosing anybody with anything. But lately, I'm telling you, I've seen a few that seem quite psycho. Serious. Oh my goodness. Not a care for anybody. Whew. But anyway, have you seen something like this that makes you feel like that's not a healthy relationship? And it's not very healthy to watch. Maybe you like the woman in it, like whatever she's doing, you like to watch for her content, or maybe you can relate to her, or whatever is the case. But the guy seems so just disgusting. Maybe just so abusive, and I'm not talking physically abusive, I'm talking in other ways abusive. And anyway, they do videos together. You don't know who's doing the editing, who's uploading it. Let's say he's usually the person who's videoing it, and it's just very obnoxious and very, I don't want to use certain words, but he will make fun of her other women, and will make fun of women, basically. Now it could be the opposite, way around. We all know that, and it could be different. It could be even parents or children, or what. I mean, not children. I don't talk about children, but people, friends doing it to one another. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Any kind of mixture. Have you seen that? I'm telling you, lately I have become very. This summer, is it that the crazies come out? Like they say, when it rains, the crazies come out. But I don't know. Lately, I have had this happen to me before. In my original channel, I've been making videos for 7 years. I don't hardly ever use this channel like I would use those ones. But lately, yeah, I had a little bit. I think in April I did, and then now in July. But I'm telling you, I've become like, whoo, I want to walk away for a while, because some of the things, like, I've seen lately, something along this line, and I've mentioned another one that I've seen, in another video, but I haven't mentioned one. So it's basically 3 sets of things that I've seen that make me cringe. Okay, I'm of course I do videos against people who are toxic. The people who just hurt anybody, or people like that. Like I'm mentioning, they just, what they call them these days is, they say it's call it narcissistic abuse. And when people do that, they just really try to hurt the other person really bad. I'll call it something else too. People who get a kick out of it. Could be, like I said, power, control games, domination. I can show you, I can do this to you if I want to. And that other person, now let's go to the other person. This, like I said, this one is a woman. Does she know he's doing that? Does she watch, her own videos to find out, to see what's going up there? Would she even notice? Like he's doing something, videoing something she's doing that would be embarrassing. Now, would it be embarrassing to her, or would she even notice it? Or is it, like maybe she has a habit that she wouldn't even maybe notice in the video because it's just her habit. Or maybe she does notice and he just won't let her take it down. He won't let her edit it. He won't let her, because there are people out there that do still exist where one person controls the other person and what happens with the other person. If that person wants to humiliate that person every time, like even on video or whatever, they will do it. The other person can't say no. They're stuck in a bad situation. Please never blame the victim. Don't do victim blaming and saying, well, why doesn't she leave him? That's blaming her for his bad behavior. And in many instances, something that's, no, everybody can leave a bad situation. No, they can't. Don't ever make the victim feel worse. Don't blame them. Don't shame them. Don't make it out like it's all their fault because they don't leave. It can be very dangerous when somebody like that, in that kind of situation, has to leave. I'm not a counselor. You're not the counselor. You see? And to help them through, or police officers or whatever is going to help them. But you can hear that a lot. They want to blame it on her or blame it on whoever is the victim. Oh, anyway. Okay, now let me give you some kind of a different example. Not really an example, but I just did it, so it makes me think of that. But I just, I lose my voice a lot because I have really bad allergies, and all year round. I get in my SUV and I don't know what it is. I could be just walking outside. Next thing I know, I sit in here and I all of a sudden lose my voice. And now I stated, but what if I did that and to some people, or maybe that's not a good example. The reason I'm saying this because when I paused right there, not paused, but I clicked it off to make a new clip, I got me something to drink because my lips are getting dry. And like I said, I have allergies and all that. Now, I don't know, how could I use that? Like if I made a really disgusting noise, which sometimes when you have your voice is going out or whatever it does, it could sound disgusting or whatever. Now, if that kept happening, and say somebody was sitting next to me, the person who was, taking the video, always added those in. Made sure they took as many times as they could, maybe sneakily, like, blowing your nose or something like that, and would put those in the video, and then would not, somebody did it to me and then wouldn't allow me to take the video down or to edit it or to whatever. Okay, that would be a kind of example. And what I said was, between that clip and this clip, I got me something to drink because my lips are so dry, and it led to that. I think that makes sense. There was someone one time, she's a horrible person, though. She really is. There are ways to say things, and I don't know. But, there are some people out there that I have a, what's it called? I had, years ago, I was allergic to medications, and I did not know that, to a certain medication. And I quit seeing someone, I quit counting how many healthcare professionals I saw after 21. I don't know why 21 was the magical number, but that means I saw other ones after that. None of them figured out what was wrong with me, what was going wrong with me. Well, in the meanwhile, I lost some teeth, my bottom back ones, and it was really bad. I'm telling you, really bad. And it was because I was allergic to a medication. For 2.5 years, I was on it, and doctors kept telling me I need to take more of it. Well, I stopped. I took less of it. The short version is I decided to stop taking as much and took half of what I was supposed to, and I started getting better. And yeah, I quit. I weaned myself off. I'm not advising anybody to do this at all. I'm not a medical health care professional at all. And but I did, and I didn't have those problems anymore. I was having, one of them was a rash. They just kept saying it's contact dermatitis. Well, it was a rash from the medications that I was allergic to. So, and then they tried me on a different one in the same family, had another reaction. So, yeah. But anyway, during that time I lost, like I said, back teeth. So I have a partial. I didn't for a while, but eventually I said, I gotta get it partial. And, every once in a while it might move or something, and that happens to people that have partials or dentures, full dentures and stuff. And now imagine that there's some scum out there that will point that out. It's going to happen. We're all going to get older, and we're all going to, if we make it through life, we're going to need some kind of assistance probably. What are the chances that a person wouldn't need a hearing aid, or they wouldn't need a cane or something when they got older, or a partial, whatever. Or there could be something also like people who are diabetic, some of them, not all of them, none of this is one size fits all. They, like me, I'm diabetic. Right now, so my lips are dry. Well, my mouth seems like it's dry now. And it just doesn't sound the same. You see? Now, there are some people who will point that out as not as, they're trying to say, hey, you might want to stop doing this. And you might want to pay more attention to that. Some people are understanding because they are around the same age, and they get it. That happens, okay, move along, But some people, like I said, the person who's doing the video will catch those moments on purpose. Okay, I take my own videos, so hey. But you see what I'm saying? And then some people on the other side will make fun of that, that kind of thing, instead of it being more of a, okay, this is disgusting, like I did a video saying that's disgusting behavior, and it is. My thought when I did that is, I'm not going to tell them, I'm making it, like right then. But making them, you're making it more awareness. People, come on. When you're doing something like that and you're touching somebody else's property, wake up. So I made my own video about it. But the difference in it is, what is the motive? Is the motive to help people or to harm people? Usually humiliation. It's some people who are very abusive love to humiliate people. Trust me, I know on that one. I have experienced that one. I'm also a social and behavioral scientist. So, yeah, I was a career student. I taught at college and university. I've been through all that. Plus, I've actually experienced it. That's, when somebody who's been abused threatens to out that person for what they're doing, and it would be believable to the people on the other side, and I'm not suggesting anybody do that. That can be dangerous. That person might move, if it's like physical abuse, then you want, the person says, I'm going to out you, I'm going to tell on you, I'm going to, report to the authorities, that kind of thing. This was when I was young, real young. they may move to humiliation as a tactic, that they will humiliate you at any given moment. And that did happen to me. You see what I'm saying, right? And what is the motive? Is a person who's saying, okay, you are kind of embarrassing yourself and you're doing a disservice to others. It could be two, it could be one or the other. And I am never a person, would never intentionally humiliate people who are just innocent they're innocent to what they're doing. They're naive to what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? I stop there because, yes, again, my mouth's getting so dry. But anyway, there are people. Now, I would never intentionally hurt any good person. Okay, I'm not that type. But there are people who are that type. They like pouncing on innocent people and humiliating them, playing that game. They do it intentionally. Yeah, there's a lot of craziness out there. But you see what I'm saying, right? So, in response, would you respond? Would you say anything? Would you, or just move on? What would you do? I think I'll wrap this up. Talk to you on another video.